2016, we launched Razors and Hand Tools. With values such as expertise, quality, and innovation. That is when CROMSON came to life. In 2018, we added cutting tools and material handling to our product offering, investing in leading-edge technology to go up against the biggest name out on the market. In 2019, we saw our brand take on maintenance, safety, and commodity cutting tools answering the need of our customers for quality products in the MRO market. Now is the time to be there once again for our customers in what is a very challenging period to offer them the solution they need to make their daily environment safer. It is my pleasure to welcome you to our CROMSON webinar series featuring the launch of our very own CROMSON Sanitary product line.
Welcome everyone to the CROMSON webinar series. Welcome all of you live from YouTube, following us and being with us on this important day. It's an exciting day for CROMSON, but mostly for each company of the Ficodis Group. Exciting because after months of development, field testing with end users, with certain of our companies, we are launching our own CROMSON Sanitary product line. At this point in time, some of you have already received their launch kits. Unfortunately for others, we've had a fluke with transports, and you'll be receiving it in the next days. My apologies. I wish I'd be able to control Purolator, but unfortunately, I don't have that power. Regardless, in your launch kit, you'll find a variety of products. We're going to discover them together today, and we'll take a look at them. For those of you that already have received the products, you'll see that we've included a CROMSON water in your kit. For those that haven't, you can keep it when on the road to energize yourself, pump it up, and be able to get even more sales. But for those of you that have it, take a sip, kick back, enjoy. Over here in the studio, we're fully energized. We've had a lot of fun building everything that you're going to see within the next 45 minutes. And we hope that it's going to be the same on your end. So for the next 45 minutes, we're going to be going behind the scenes and exploring what our sanitary line consists of, why this represents for you guys such a huge opportunity, and how we're going to make it a success and tackle those opportunities together. Now, most of you are attending a webinar for the first time. Here are a few guidelines. First of all, it's an interactive live event. So therefore, we're working with you guys at a social distance era, unfortunately, but do not hesitate to comment, ask questions, send emojis responding to your appreciation of what you're seeing right now. We have our awesome CROMSON coordinator, Angelique, which is behind the board answering and monitoring all your comments. So therefore, she'll be working with you throughout the presentation. So therefore, just enjoy the moment and share everything you've got to mind. Now, at the end of the session, we're going to have a Q&A period, so question and answer period. Therefore, questions that might appeal to everyone or questions that are a bit more technical are going to be addressed at that point. If throughout the presentation you have simple questions that can be responded quickly, then by all means, Angelique is going to do so, and she did an awesome job with the guys in Quebec when we did our presentation earlier. So there we go for that. One last thing, just for people that have received their launch kits, keep it close. We'll be digging into it to unveil the rest of the contents. But for now, without further ado, I'd like to introduce our chairman, Christophe, to share a few words with you on such a special day.
Hello everyone. I'm very pleased and proud to introduce the launch of the CROMSON Sanitary brand edition. First, I'd like to thank Max, Angelique, and those of you who participated in the creation process of these products. In a record time, they were able to create a coherent range of products that is in line with the CROMSON's motto: expertise, quality, innovation. It's designed and manufactured in Canada. Our partnership with a local manufacturer will allow us to meet anytime the requirements of rapid turnaround and volumes. A Canadian brand to ensure our customers' safety. Previously reserved for certain trades, sanitary products and disinfectants are now, by necessity, one of high runners' commodity. A new market has been created in our business and it's here to stay. The group's mission is to identify and respond to all business opportunities that allow us to grow even in difficult times. You know the group's ambition for CROMSON. They were recently reaffirmed when we updated our strategic plan. This year, we will exceed 1 million in sales. It's the first one of many more to come. To support this ambition, CROMSON will soon include all of our product families. Sanitary is the first step before next announcements. With this addition and the proper sales tools that are provided, CROMSON will become more than ever everyone's focus. I let you discover this product range you can be proud of, making known around you. By protecting ourselves and our customers, let's turn today's situation into an opportunity together. I let you discover this product range you can be proud of, make it known around you. By protecting ourselves and our customers, let's turn today's situation into an opportunity together. Have fun selling these new products.
Thank you, Christophe. As you know, with the ongoing COVID, we're faced with extraordinary circumstances that brings its loads of challenges. But it also brings out the best of us. It stimulates innovation, takes us out of our boundaries, and makes to make things better and to make a safer environment. I can only think of you guys and people within companies that have had to adapt very quickly to the ongoing pandemic and have had to find creative solutions to address security needs and safety needs, either for your family or friends or just with your work colleagues. So today's pandemic is forcing companies to look at how they used to operate and how they'll have to operate moving forth. Looking into work procedures, setting safety standards, and making sure that they have a plan backed with the appropriate investments to keep their workforce safe, employed, and keep their businesses running. Those investments are exactly the opportunities that we want to be tackling, as a lot of it consists of repeat orders for our customer base. So let's take a look at a few metrics that summarize the investments that are being made and how it affects the market in Canada.
COVID-19 is reshaping the way we look at sanitizing and disinfecting. What we are seeing today is that this event will change forever how people operate daily to keep themselves and their surroundings safe. Two actions seem to stand out as a common pattern for all individuals: hand sanitizing and surface disinfecting, as means to avoid contamination and reduce the risks of contracting COVID-19. Analysis show that these two patterns are so embedded into individuals' way of life as much at home as in their workspace that it will create an increase in the demand for sanitizing products over the next years to come. For our customers, this is an integral part of their safety plan when updating their safety procedures within their facilities. Hand sanitizing and surface disinfectant consumption will be on the rise for the next 7 years in Canada. Quebec and Ontario will generate 50% of the demand for a total market opportunity of $260 million by 2027. Although there are a lot of competitors out on the market, there are no dominant players. The number of suppliers will shrink as end users are becoming more educated on the importance of using quality products. This will force our competitors selling economical, low-cost formulated products to exit the sanitary market, as their offering will have trouble finding takers.
As you've seen, market shares are there for us to capture regardless of the industrial specialty we're in. Tackling existing competitors with a quality product is key to be able to shift business our way and to make it ours in the long run. So, what is needed for a product to be of quality? And how do people judge sanitary products as being of quality out on the market? So it's a combination of multiple things, and the answer is as much on the bottle as in the bottle. So let's take a deeper look at our offering and its intricacies. So for one, you need the right formats and you need the right labels. Our product offering consists of 3 products. We have our 70% alcohol-based surface cleaner. We have our 70% alcohol-based gel hand sanitizer. And we have our cleaner, degreaser, disinfectant as well. So all 3 products constitute our product offering with CROMSON Sanitary. They come in multiple sizes that tailor to the customer's everyday needs. So we look at small portable formats for vehicles, for instance. Otherwise, format for desks, bathrooms, shared hard surfaces, workstations at manufacturing facilities, construction sites, and refillable stations. So when you look at a product offering, we have it all. It's complete, it's versatile, and that is a key selling feature to supply all shared spaces at an end user account. One brand that does it all for all different types of work environments at your end user. It's a big competitive advantage versus competitors that cannot offer all alternatives. And at this point, you guys are probably thinking, okay, good, it's great, Max, but we need much more to outperform competition. And you guys are right. The most important questions have yet to be discussed. So just kick back and enjoy what's coming up. Let's take it up a notch together and dive even more into details.
By now, I'm sure you've been tempted to look and play around with the products that are in your unboxing kit. Let's dive into the product details together in order to give you some selling tools and give you a better understanding of the products. Pick any product and take a look at the label. If you pay attention to our bottle and label, you'll see that all products come in a ready-to-use format. We chose to go with a vibrant pink color that represents our security portfolio. Pink is a color associated with being innovative and progressive. It catches the eye and can easily be distinguishable on a shelf from any other competitive product. It gives our product a modern look as opposed to some competitive products who have labels that set them back in the 80s and that can be considered as outdated. The black background was chosen to keep the product positioned as an industrial-grade product and allows for the consumer to distinguish easily all the information marked on the label. We chose to go with a white bottle for the bottle to stand out when being on a floor shop or workbench and avoid blending in with any dark colored equipment in a production setting. Our products are all made in Canada with quality ingredients approved by Health Canada. They are purposely unscented, as when we were gathering data from the field, one of the chief complaints customers had was that competitors tried to hide strong odors coming from poor quality ingredients with a fragrance. Studies tend to show that a large percentage of the population are estimated to have some kind of breathing difficulty or sensibility caused by chemicals in scented products. Therefore, we are voluntarily staying away from a scented product, and field testing confirmed it was an added value feature. All products kill germs and bacteria. However, our 70% alcohol surface cleaner is undergoing final approvals with Health Canada to get its own drug identification number. Therefore, on our first batch, we cannot mark that statement on the product labels at this point. Once approved by Health Canada, our 70% alcohol surface cleaner will become a 70% alcohol surface disinfectant and will be officially recognized for killing germs and bacteria. Customers know the benefits of using 70% alcohol-based surface cleaner, as it was marketed heavily in the medias at the beginning of the pandemic as being a solution to killing germs and bacteria on hard surfaces. Only quality ingredients are used in our products. That is why we made the choice of going with a 70% food-grade alcohol, being one of the purest out on the market. Each batch of CROMSON products can be traced back at the source. We keep a sample for each batch produced over a 2-year period and have lab reports and certificates of analysis to back our products at any point in time if needed.
As you can see, people judge sanitary products based on their packaging, format, product composition, ingredients, and performance to accomplish the desired task. And we've done our homework and trialed it out on the field. Certain companies of our group in Quebec and Ontario have been generous enough to give us access to their customer base and for us to be able to test the products prior to launching it. And I can say one thing, we put the CROMSON motto and the seal on each and every one of these products. Expertise, quality, innovation, you have it all packaged into the product today. Now, the next question is, how do we go to market? What does it take to make a success story out of this starting today? So first off, let's look at what we're selling. Are we selling a product or are we selling a solution? And it's very important for customers to know that we are offering a full CROMSON solution for their application today in their work environments. Secondly, reliability is everything. Our offering isn't just there because the COVID pandemic is ongoing, it's there to last throughout the years. So we need to ensure that we communicate that it's durable through time, that it's of consistent quality from batch to batch, and that we have a superior product quality than what's currently out there on the market. So the real question now is, how do you sell a simple solution like sanitizing products? And the answer is as simple as the question. Tailor it to your customer's needs. Here's a few facts for you. Fact, we are in a highly competitive market with a lot of players. And you guys are probably thinking the same thing when looking at this presentation, when we're coming out with our line, this is great, but at the same time, there's multiple sources out there. So what does it mean? What it means is there's a lot of opportunities for us to grasp. The average demand in sanitizing product grew 700% globally. It also means that there's a lot of undecisive customers that are bouncing from product to product, unable to find the right fit for their needs. And we're there to address their needs with our solutions. Second fact, you're working on an existing customer base that absolutely has a need. We're not trying to create demand, we're addressing it. They need the products. Therefore, the approach is to help them find the right solution according to their application and their needs. Most customers do not have the right solution for their needs. We can look at it on a format-based product or application for high traffic surfaces and work environments. So knowing that, how do we make it happen? How do we gather the customer's information and make it a business scenario where we're actually able to gain those market shares? The idea is based on your customer's current experience with the products. So knowing what your customer has been living through, the chief complaints, the needs, and what he's trying to aim for is actually the solution in trying to provide, bring our products in. Here's a few situations where customers are in need of a solution. So first off, when we look at application, we can think of settings where in the plant the customer has been using two products to clean their surface and then disinfect it. In other cases, trying to sanitize surfaces on an hourly basis. So the application is key, where sometimes we can take two products and put it into one with our cleaner, degreaser, disinfectant for hard surfaces. Second thing is smell. Smell is something that is starting to be a nuisance more and more, and we see it out there. Customers are trying to shear away from smells. Textures as well, gummy, grainy, leaving a film on your hands and make it slippery to use tools or to play around with whatever equipment you need to produce. And lastly, formats, where some people have to refill their stations very often because they don't have the right conditioning. And lastly, what we see is the more customers get educated on the matter, the more they want to qualify a product that's been approved by Health Canada with an NPN and a DIN. What we see today is there's a lot of improvising out on the market with competitors, and we also see a big gap in the products that are offered today. Therefore, when we think about it, sanitary products are here to stay, and they're embedded in people's everyday life. It serves a security purpose, but above all, it's a question now of comfort. how can companies make it for their employees more comfortable and make it something that becomes enjoyable when it comes to sanitizing, cleaning, disinfecting. And it's exactly the positioning that we were looking for with the key products that we came out with and the quality of ingredients that we're providing our customers. Now, with that being said on the product, we'll be providing cheat sheets compiling the most common complaints and how to address it with your customers. It will include more technical responses that might appeal to some of you in certain situations. Therefore, not to worry, we know that some customers might want a bit more information, and therefore we also have MSDS and product sheets that are going to be readily available for your daily needs. Now that we've spoken about the product and information behind it, let's talk about your competition for a second. So your competition is not the average distributor you're going up against today. What we see is that a lot of sales are being conducted through the web. So customer behavior is to buy online. Secondly, we see that if they're not necessarily buying online, what happens is they're buying it through their janitorial distributors. So these are the two channels that are really our competition today and who we're going up against. Now, customers are not necessarily going to associate you to these line of products where historically you might have a different specialty. So you need to get the word out there, engage on this with 100% of your customer base, and make it a success. Now, we've covered the portion that's more technical, our product portfolio, what to expect. In the next few minutes, I'm going to take the time to answer all questions that you might have submitted by chat to Angelique. We're going to be looking at this and getting back in a minute or two, just leaving you time to comment, think about the questions that you wanted to ask. Angelique is going to hand it over to me. So if you have received the products, then by all means, you can open them up, have a feel for them, smell, texture, play around with it. If you haven't, my apologies on that. However, please take the time to think about the questions you want to ask. There's no dumb question at this point. We're unveiling our brand, so any questions appreciated. We'll be right back in 1 minute or two. All right, we're back live, and I've got some questions. I had a question from Simon, for starters, from Reliable, who was asking me, will the POP displays that you see on the screen, will they be available in English? So not to worry, everything is in English for you guys. It's been translated, it's been proofread. You're going to be getting all your material in English as we're tailoring to Ontario's needs. And for you English folks in Quebec that are following right now, then bylaw states that it has to be French, therefore we'll oblige by French. But if you do need English literature for your English customers in Quebec, you have access to all that as well, so not to worry about it. We've had other questions in the previous session that I find are very interesting and I wanted to share with you. We had Leo from VLDFI that was asking the following question. How are we positioned in terms of pricing? And I found this question was very interesting and I wanted to share with you because it's one thing that we haven't brought up in the presentation necessarily. So when it comes to price points, what we see on the market is that there's three types of categories for pricing. The first category is your Home Depot, Canadian Tire, Lowe's type of pricing, business to consumer, and it's the high point of the market, and it's almost in its own category. The second type of pricing we see are distributors such as us, which had to buy the similar type of products that we've been selling right now, but none in our brand. So let's say a Spray 9 or a Fantastic, where by buying it, we were going back on the same type of price positioning as Canadian Tires, Lowe's, and so on. And then there's a third category of pricing, and that's the one that really interests us, and it's the janitorial and sanitary price points from distributors that sell that on a daily basis. So what we did for CROMSON Sanitary is we ensured that the price positioning was in line with the janitorial sanitary distributors. And we made sure that we were going after the bulk of the market that have the cutthroat prices so we can compete against them and help you gain the market share. So that's how we're placed position-wise with our pricing and make it per box, per unit, per pallet. We're there. And with the help of even some of the companies in Ontario, we've been able to tackle that issue and validate the price points prior to getting them approved. So that's how we're settled. We have Lorraine from Ficodis. So if you don't know Lorraine, Lorraine is new on our team, and I welcome her. She works with Leo for the marketing for all companies and for CROMSON as well. So she was asking the following questions. Some sanitizers on the market claim to have 80% alcohol. Is it better or worse? Surprisingly, what we see is that there's a bracket into which your alcohol has a better potential of sanitizing and disinfecting. So the 70%, 75% are the key figures where we see that the full potential, and up to 80 where the potential of disinfecting a surface is there. How does that compare to the products that we have today? We're as competitive and as good in terms of product quality. If you were to take your surface disinfectant, your alcohol-based surface disinfectant, and apply it, then it's the contact time that really helps cleaning and sanitizing your surface. What's really important though, and it brings out an important point, it's a slow evaporating formula. The slow evaporating portion helps to keep that alcohol in contact with your surface as long as possible prior to evaporation to ensure that you kill 99% or 99.9% actually of germs and bacteria. As you know, and it's been expressed earlier, we're waiting for our DIN number for our product on that point to call it a disinfectant, but we all know the reality is that alcohol disinfects. So 70 or 80, when we go above 80, we see that the alcohol loses its potential to disinfect as well. So that's kind of the sweet spot, but there's no difference for us with regards to that. We've had other questions that have been asked in the earlier session where we said, where are the products going to be located? So you guys received products or on the verge of receiving products right now where are the products going to be? So products are going to be at the CROMSON hub as other CROMSON products. But in addition, we also have a safety stock that's readily available at our supplier. So our supplier was generous enough to ensure that we did not miss out on any products or sales. And for that aspect, we decided that we were going to create that safety stock in case we see a spark in demand, or let's say the famous second wave that a lot are predicting. So if we see a sharp rise, we're able to address it. And our supplier that's based out of Quebec actually has a 2-week lead time to turn around the products and have our product portfolio up to par. Now, to avoid running out of stock anywhere in your location, at our hub, and so on, what we're going to be doing up until Christmas is on a weekly basis, I'll be contacting each company and monitoring inventories. What did you sell? What do you have left in inventory? Do we have to increase min-maxes? All that's going to be covered to ensure that you do not miss out on the sale. Now, we had another question coming from Outil Plus in Quebec City who was saying, will the brand grow and will there be additional products to the brand? Now, to answer that question, I'll answer in 2 times. We are considering other brand additions for the sanitary portfolio. Now, as you know, CROMSON is a participative brand, and being a participative brand means that any idea coming from the field is well valued and is going to be studied, so we can respond to what your needs are in terms of sales to make it happen out there and help you increase that. So keep in mind, we have other ideas, but if you guys have some too, don't hesitate to send them to Angelique, myself, or info@cromson.ca. Now, we also had another question from Leo from VL, who was asking, what's the difference between the two hard surface cleaner disinfectants? So as you see, we've got 2 products, one that's alcohol based, the other one that's quart based, and the big difference is your cleaner, degreaser, disinfectant needs to be wiped down after usage. So you apply it on your surface, it degreases your surface, it cleans it, and then after that it disinfects it. However, you need to clean off the residues off your surface with a rag or whatnot. As opposed to your hard surface 70% alcohol-based hard surface sanitizer, or cleaner, I should say, where you apply it on the surface, you let it be, it evaporates, and you're good to go. So in a lot of cases, people doing production on a daily basis are going to turn towards their degreaser, cleaner, disinfectant in between their shifts, or in between products that they're building or repairing or whatnot. And towards the end of a shift, or even within an area that has desks and people are working that's out of production, mostly administrative people, they're going to go towards the hard surface cleaner to disinfect their surface, let it rest, and the next day come back and work at it. So this being sprayed on keyboards, being sprayed on even on certain doors or door hinges, and not having to wipe it down. So one has to be wiped down, the other one that just acts and evaporates. Now, we've had also another question that was interesting, and it said, what if we have a request for even bigger volumes than what you're currently supplying? So right now we go up to 20 liter in terms of bulk. If you have other opportunities that you're tackling and you need to look into, it's something we can look into together and look at addressing. However, we really went with the 80-20 that's out on the market, and that constitutes the opportunities we want to be capturing, and it's all there. So your portfolio is complete. You might have those exceptions. Bring it up to my attention. We're going to address it together. Our manufacturer is very, very flexible and creative in helping us achieve our opportunities and turn it into sales. So keep that in mind. So that's that for the questions. What are the next steps? How do we approach this moving forward? So going back to the launch kit, you'll see that you have some commercial pamphlets that are actually in it. Now, not to worry, I know some of you go 3 pamphlets is not going to cut it, and I'm going to be selling tons of it, so I need a lot of pamphlets. Your managers have the bulk of it. We didn't want to overcharge your launch kits. Therefore, what we did is we only put 3. But on the pamphlet, you're going to see that 2 things. We're giving out a special launch price that's valid until the end of December, regardless of the customer's annual spend on the products. So what we wanted to ensure is that we put the product in the maximum of customers' hands, regardless if they have a small volume, medium volume, or if they're the bigger fish in the pond. Now, in addition, for every first order placed, our customer receives a set of 5 multifunctional hands-free CROMSON tool. Now, what is that tool and what does it do? So this tool is very simple. It's a multifunctional tool that creates a barrier between your hands and the surfaces you want to grab or touch. For instance, you want to call an elevator, press on a button, you use the multifunctional tool, and you're not putting yourself at risk by touching surfaces and catching anyone's germs. You want to open a door and go for a doorknob, you can do that as well. You can carry bags, you can do multitude of things, open a faucet. So it's a carry-on tool, and it has the possibility of actually putting your keys and using it as a key holder as well. But it's a little gift that we give out to our customers that's based on keeping them safe. So this promotion or this launch price and promotion actually is ongoing until the 31st. And you guys have all the necessary tools now to carry it out. If you have any large opportunities that you want to tackle, like I said, please communicate with your manager and myself, and we're going to look into pallet pricing. So pallet pricing, like I told you, is on a case-by-case basis according to the competition. We really want to be able to pinpoint what you need to capture the business, and we have the ability to do so. But put your manager in the loop, put me in the loop, let's work at it together. Now, before I let you go, I invite you to take a look in your warehouse. Some of you have already received your CROMSON Sanitary inventory, and some of you are on the verge of receiving it within the next 24 hours. So we're ready to sell, and you guys have the inventory to back it up. So what I'd suggest is feel free to help your team set up your store, get acquainted with the products, get acquainted with the packaging, because these are all questions that your customers are going to have. For instance, a very simple question, do the products come with a pump or come with a sprayer? By opening it up, you see how it's packaged, you understand that, you're able to communicate the information, and by all means, the answer is yes. Finally, we're providing counter displays for all walk-in stores. So the counter displays that are right over here showcase 2 things: our product offering, and they help you get the word out, and they help also get the customer engaged with the brand and the products. But also, it's a selling opportunity for customers that come up to your desk and come to purchase their general products, for you to give them actually a portable version of the hand sanitizer that is probably going to be one of the most popular ticket items. So for all inside sales teams that are actually tailoring to the walk-ins, take 2 minutes of every customer's time when they come in, introduce them to the line, guide them onto the display, offer every customer the opportunity to purchase a bottle of 118 milliliters of hand sanitizing gel. That's the best way to trial it. It's a small investment for them, but it's going to pay off. And if you do that with every customer, in that case, you're going to see your sales just rise, because these are going to be attracting customers like a magnet. So this is what I have for you today. I wanted to share with you all the work that we've done and all the work that's going to help you turn all your opportunities into sale with what is our brand. I'm very proud of what's been accomplished, and I hope you guys are as well. I thank you all for attending today's webinar. I've had pleasure sharing all the information and sharing this exciting moment with you in a social distance manner. And I wish you all the success in pushing the products and what they have to offer you and your customers. have fun promoting the line, selling the line, and finally, whatever's in your launch kit is yours. Play with it at home, use it in your everyday environment, appreciate the quality that we've brought out the same way your customers are going to do so. So have a great day. Thank you for being there, and see you around.